Missing someone with all your.
Hello everyone, my name is Caitlin and welcome to my channel. If you've been here before, then welcome back. Today I'm doing something different on my channel, which is how I'm setting up my bullet journal. This is my first time officially doing a bullet journal, so it's the absolute basics. It's already on the longer side, so let's go ahead and get right into it. This is just the notebook I'm using. It's from Target. Here's the index. We'll get back to what to do with this later, but this is my year at a glance. It is so ugly, but I just went ahead and got that out of the way. Again, absolute basics. So this is the first page here. I'm going to go ahead and start by doing a little bit of a Dutch door. So I just went ahead and traced out just a little bit of a funky kind of shape. I'm going to go ahead and outline that with just a regular Crayola marker. Also, I filmed this with the wide lens on my phone, so that's why the utensils all look kind of wonky, but yeah, so then I just went ahead and added some stars to this Dutch door just to kind of spruce that up a little bit. Go ahead and we've created a Dutch door, so it's kind of just leading right into the 2020 year, which kind of creates a nice little nuanced kind of thing. But then we go right into just the little vision space here, and I've printed out some pictures. If you've seen my 2020 goals video, these pictures basically go along with those. Saving money, getting fit, staying on top of my classes, and then some other words like health, wellness, experience, success. I use this Elmer's glue, kind of like glue roll-on thing. I don't know why I struggled so hard to get that on, but basically, I just kind of paste everything right on in just a super quick paste, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, it's just makes it really easy. It makes everything less messy. It kind of works like double-sided tape, but you apply it like you would whiteout or something. So yeah. And that pretty much creates my vision space. So like I said, it's very simple. Just kind of glued a couple of things on, and it really helps me kind of visualize what I want to do. So since I've glued tons of stuff onto that page, it kind of created a little bit of a bumpy kind of texture to be wanting to write on the back. So I'm going to go ahead and glue 2 of the pages together just to make that a little bit more thick before I go ahead and move on to the next page. So I'm just going to go ahead and fold that over. Oh, struggled there clearly. And then paste it down. So then it won't turn as 2 pages. You don't even notice the blank page that's there. So there's the Dutch door, vision page, and then right on to the next. So this is my month at a glance. And so I'm going to go ahead and start by writing out a little bit of a quote. I found this just on Pinterest by looking up like New Year's quotes. So I chose one from Oprah that says, cheers to another year to get things right. Or another chance to get things right, rather. So yeah, I just went ahead and wrote that on the side just to kind of set the mood for the month of January. Drew a couple of lines here to kind of separate the quote from the actual calendar. I've really struggled with this line. Again, this is just the absolute basics, just to kind of make me feel like I'm motivated to do something. And yeah, you get the point. I'm sure that there are people who are big into bullet journaling who are like absolutely cringing watching this, but you know what? Whatever works for you. So I just went ahead and outlined the word January, drew a little box around it, and now I'm doing the lines for the calendar itself. Just a basic calendar with the 7 days a week. It has the days of the week up top, and then at the bottom there I'm showing you the important dates. So I have when bills are due, when people's birthdays are, and then I went ahead and filled in those important dates just with a blue highlighter, just so when I'm looking at this kind of month at a glance, those dates are standing out to me over others. And then what I found so far is that you should do that highlighting and then do the writing over it. I've done it the other way and it ended up just like really poorly smearing the like black writing, which is super annoying. So just went ahead and started to fill in all of those as well as outline each of the dates. Yeah, so you'll see at the bottom I have where our bills due, my first day of school, my grandpa's birthday, other bills, stuff of that nature. And then I went ahead and started to erase all of the pencil markings because you saw, I went ahead and kind of drew them in pencil first, just for the sake of time and for the sake of kind of having everything aligned. So the next page in my bullet journal are my habit trackers. I just did 3 this month. The top one is reading, so I went ahead and drew a little sketch of a book. Yeah, so I'm just outlining it right here. And then right next to it, you'll see all the boxes that are laid out. There's one for each day of the month, and then if I remember to read that day, I'll go ahead and color it in. If I don't, then I won't touch it at all. And then underneath each of the habit trackers, I kind of wrote 2 different reflection questions that I'll come back to at the end of the month. Basically just saying what worked and what didn't work, so I can kind of go ahead and assess what's going to make me more successful in both of those habits, or in the 3 habits at the end of the month. And yeah, so I'm just going to go ahead and time-lapse with some music through the rest of these because they're pretty self-explanatory, but my last 2 habit trackers are drinking water and then my gratitude habit tracker. So finishing up the page, don't make fun of the little praise hands there, but that's the overview of the month at a glance and the habit tracker for the month. Next, I'm going to go ahead and put together a little chart that I'm going to basically use throughout the year, and this is the books I've read in 2020. If you watched my 2020 goals video, you saw that one of them is to read more. I used to read tons when I was younger, and I just don't anymore, and I really would like to get back into it. And on Goodreads, where you should follow me, which is kind of just a reading app, but I set my 2020 goal to read 50 books this year, so I'm going to go ahead and use this space to track what books I've read, and then the 3 categories that you'll see me breaking them into is the title of the book, my rating out of 5 of the book, and at the end just some thoughts where I can say like good plot, great character development, kind of stuff like that. So I'm just going to go ahead and time lapse this as well, because this is very much so just like busy work. So here we go. So now I'm just going to go ahead and go through each of the pages I've already done and number them. Just 1, 2, 3, 4, you know what it is. And this way I can take each of these numbers from each of the pages and put them in the index, so that once I start writing more pages, I can just quickly look in the index and see that like my book chart is on pages 7 and 8, I think is what it was on. So that I don't have to fumble through and get annoyed when I lose pages or stuff of that nature, because I'm very prone to do that. Likewise, it'll be a really great way to kind of go back to like my January habit trackers, or go back to other habit trackers as the year goes on, so that I can reflect and see how much progress I've made from the beginning of the year till wherever I am. So that is pretty much just the first few pages of my super basic and simple, very little effort bullet journal for the beginning of 2020. Just a year at a glance here. My stuck together a little. My 2020 Dutch door, as well as my vision space. My month at a glance with all of that, my habit trackers that I'm super excited to use, and then this tracker for all the books that I will read during the year. So that basically concludes this video. If you enjoyed this, please make sure you give it a thumbs up and let me know what other kind of journals I should make. And yeah, other than that, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.
Missing someone